Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we've decided to rear tub the Mini to give us a bit more clearance for the rear wheels. So we made this little tool just quickly, which you place in there so you get a nice line all the way around. But just remember that what you need to do to make this nice and strong is to actually put a return on the original rear quarter. So you actually cut about 15mm below that line all the way around, and then we gently folded that rear quarter panel all the way through. Looks a bit like a dog's dinner at the moment, but by the time it's all finished and welded in, dressed up, it'll look sweet. So, and then cut inside of the arch right in the crease, and then I made this panel and put a little flange on there. They're going to drill the holes already, and I'll spot weld that one on there as well. And then I may, and I probably will, seam all the way up round the whole thing here to make it really nice and strong to hold it all together. Spots would probably be enough, but I prefer to put a seam around it, to be honest. Because you do actually, when you rear tub, you actually take some weakness out of the car, because you actually remove a couple of the folds, because originally the arch would have been coming, sorry, I just moved the camera, so the arch would have originally come round here and dropped and then returned in, so you actually lose quite a lot of strength there by taking that out, but it should be right. Okay guys, that's all plug welded in now. So I just got to run round the grinder and trim that edge. So it's just easier to leave that over long and trim it afterwards. And you can see inside. So it's just all the holes that I'd previously drilled, I just plugged them all in. It's going fairly neat. Can't really see inside, but that's because of where it is. I'll try and get the light. See if we can see down there. Yeah. So that's how it's left it in there. You see the penetration of the plugs come right through. Okay, and that's in the boot. So what I'll probably do in the boot and inside the car is probably just run some seam sealer on that edge. If I seam weld it inside the arch, then it will be nice and strong, and both panels will be bonded together. I mean, it feels fairly strong already, just with the plug welds in there. But yeah, belt and braces job, make it nice and strong. It's quite amazing actually. This panel had terrible canning in it, and it was all over the place where someone had done a previous repair. You can just see the line there, and yeah, it was really bad. And it's funny, I've welded that section in, and I've managed to pull it and pull some tension back into that panel, and all the tin canning's gone now. This all feels really nice and hard, so that's a good result. I've got exactly the same on the other side, so hopefully that one comes out just as good. So we've trimmed this side back and started dressing all the welds. So it's starting to really take shape now. And underneath I've run a seam. If you can see that, a seam weld all the way around. and we've also started, we've cut the other side and started putting in the panel. But we've only just started spotting that one in, so sorry, plug welding that one in. So we've got to do a similar treatment at the front, but it's not as difficult at the front because it's just a question of cutting this arch a bit higher and a bit more towards the front here, give us a bit more space, and then just refolding that flange there, and then make sure you can see a piece there. Actually, there's a reinforcing piece in there, so always make sure you put that back, as it makes this join here really flimsy. So always make sure you put that one back in. It's just a folded piece of metal that goes in there. You can quite easily fabricate a piece of that and weld that in. Yeah, so the main works for the tubbing is at the back, so the front's an absolute doddle in comparison, so it'll probably be literally a few hours to sort the front out, and I reckon about a day's work to rear tub the back of a Mini. So it's not too big a job. So about a day's work to cut it all out, put a new piece in there, and dress everything back. So it's not too bad a job. Okay, so I finished tubbing the other side of the car. This is on the passenger side at the rear, so that's done. I'll have to apologise for the noise right now. We've got a stormy weather in New Zealand, so yeah, the rain on the roof is really loud. So hopefully you can hear me. So anyway, I've come back inside the car now, and I'm in the process of P-clipping down all these fuel lines. So really hard finding any information about how far apart the clips are. The only thing I could find was someone had put on the forum that there should be about 12 inches apart, or 300 mil. So that's what I'm doing. I'm out in every 300. So basically, I've measured with the tape. Right, so to 300, and then I just put a little mark on there where I want them. I'm actually using like a tech screw for mounting the clips for now, just to make the hole, just to clip them all down and get them in the right places. It's really quick with this. So I've opened up the P-clip a bit, pop that on the fuel line, and then it's just like a tiny little tech screw. I'm just firing that straight through the metal, goes through in seconds with a drill. So that will make my hole. But what we'll probably use is nuts and bolts for the finish. I don't like using these kind of fixings. I find they kind of rust and fail, so I'd rather put a nut and bolt through. But at least I'll have the hole where I want it, get it all clipped down, and then I'll go through pop all the clips back out and all the fuel lines back out, and then I'll go through with a drill and drill them out to the right size, ready for the nuts and bolts. So that's the feed and return line all in place now. The feed is all clipped down. I've run out of P-clips, and they have to be slightly bigger because of the bigger pipes, so I've got to get some of those, but I just sort of clipped some plastic ones on there for now. Just a few, just to hold it in place. Yeah, so that's all in and up. We'll just go through the bulkhead fittings, and I've also started running in the brake line, so that runs in behind to the side of the heater, comes up through the dash there. I'm going to put a little rubber grommet in there, so I've already got a rubber grommet that will fit that size hole, and then it's going to go along, and then I'm going to put where my finger is, just there, I'm going to put a bulkhead fitting through there, which is an AN fitting. I'm pretty sure it's an AN3, so I'll put a 90-degree through there, and that goes straight off to the brake master cylinder. The reason it's split just here, you can see, is I'm going to put a bias valve in here somewhere. Not sure where that's quite going yet. I'll probably get the handbrake in first and the seat before I finish that off. So I'll probably P-clip it up to this section here and just back here, and then the brake bias will go in there somewhere. So then it runs along here over across the back of where the seat used to be, and I've already started drilling a hole. That's going to be a little bit bigger yet, but just for replacement. And I'll put a 90-degree AM fitting through the bulkhead fitting through there as well, and that will go down and go straight into the junction on the back of the subframe where it normally fits. So all the rest of the braking system will be as per the car was originally at the back. So where the brake pipe goes through that bulkhead fitting and comes out the other side into the master cylinder. I think originally this had a single system on it, but that will be changed to a split system, so it will be split front and rear. So one of the lines, basically, if one of the lines fails, the other one's still active. Okay guys, that's it for this video really. I've got to order up some parts just to finish off all these hard lines through the car. Post more videos as and when I do some more work on the car. Anyway, thanks for watching guys, and see you in the next one. Cheers for now.